Business before Backshots. If you've been following my page for some time, you know the inspiration behind this new series. Essentially, I'll be finding clips that are viral on the internet. We'll discuss the clips, go through it. I'll give you my understanding. And then at the end, in the comment section below, you can let me know, was this business or was this about backshots? With that being said, let's get into the clip.
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to get you me or whatever like that. So he like, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because, like, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark-skinned niggas. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck, or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like, always posting mad money, etc. So, like, that's my type. I love me a hood, get money nigga. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So we plan to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on this Saturday. That's it, this Saturday, right? And we plan for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first, or whatever like that, because it just was like too good to be true. So we were only text, and like he'll tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him, or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse, or he don't FaceTime back. So bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like Wednesday to Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone. Before you really couldn't, like he'd just be texting and shit like that. So he
I just want to pause it really quick and just want to remind the audience that this is a mother out here meeting with random men on the internet solely for the belief that they have money. And this is very dangerous. I mean, we've seen plenty of times where women have lost their lives meeting with people off of dating sites, meeting random men and strangers offline. Um, this is definitely not a good precedence to set.
he FaceTime me, he was real, looked the same, looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk and I'm like, like you ready? Like I'm at the nail salon, I'm like, you ready? Like I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is like kind of off, like you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night.
Baby, it's because he saw you on when y'all FaceTime and those pictures that you had posted on your TikTok and Instagram did not match the FaceTime.
To land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house, and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that, or whatever the case may be. So I still go. Like, I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack my shit.
You see how he's setting up the finesse, laying the foundation that he unexpectedly got to get his daughter. Now they can't stay. Now the daughter and the sitter is going to stay at his house, and he gonna get a. And now they gonna get a hotel. Masterful.
And I tell him, like, all right, I'm for Atlanta this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport, I board the flight, or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Cigna or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm going to get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when the mishap coming. Because I get it, okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we gotta go stay somewhere else, which is cool. Because I think a hotel is better anyway, because you don't know me and I don't know you. And it's more safer, I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room. I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a $300 something hotel, but you scamming. You hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like $20,000, $30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm going to figure this shit the fuck out. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now, I agree we wanted to see each other, but
This is what happens when being thirsty, thinking you hit a lick, thinking you about to come up, goes wrong. Don't you? These women got to understand. These guys know, um, showing this money, showing this lifestyle. A lot of them are not really living like that in real life. It's all cap for the internet. I mean, the fact that this dude, I do agree with her. The fact that if you're gonna bring a chick out and you're gonna be pressed over a hotel room for a couple $100s. I mean, it was Valentine's Day weekend, so hotels probably was like 500, 600. But I mean, if you got change, jewelry, all these multiple cars, and you pressed over a couple $100, I mean, the red flag should have been red flagging at this point.
still, like, what? So when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool. Like I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. And you talking about another nigga? That's your response? Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because, yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel, y'all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like, that was kind of crazy. So, me personally,
I mean, if you wasn't being thirsty for a come up, number one, I'm assuming that she paid for her own flight there. I mean, that should have been telltale. That should have been another red flag. She has no one to blame but herself. She was being thirst, thought this dude had paper, and ultimately he's probably going to find out that's not how it panned out.
just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like, I mean, rich niggas, like that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not gonna say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play, everything booked, bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So to me, his life is just kept. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything of that nature. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but like other than that, like that nigga don't be really doing shit like with the money he's supposed to have. Like he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping like something. Like nah, he not doing none of that. So to me personally, the life is cat, and I was just mad because I felt like damn, like I flew here to see you, and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the fuck home. I'm not that pressed to see no nigga. Like, bitch, you know I get niggas. Like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was gonna do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, cause bitches do that. Like bitches that know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not I'm gonna stick him with the kid cause I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there.
Again, this is a mother or two with children at home meeting up with random men off a line solely off the strength because she believes they got it bad.
Hey, look, this gonna be called the part one of if you're gonna tell the story, then tell the full truth. You feel me? This part one though. So look, right, let me get this like straight to y'all. First and foremost, I'm not a YN. You know what I'm saying? I'm 25 years old. You know, but check this out. I'm not from Atlanta at all. You feel me? I live in Atlanta now. I'm from Iraq. You feel me? But all this, like, okay, well, we gonna start off with the whole he flew me out type thing. You know, I never flew out. So this whole oh yeah, he flew me out and put me on Spirit Airlines. Shit is cap. You know what I'm saying? I never flew out. I never paid for no flight. You feel me? None of that. You get what I'm saying? Now, I really don't know how to like to work it as far as in like if I can post the messages when I'm talking type shit. I don't know if I can do that shit on here, but I'm finna try it though.
I'm gonna post a message for y'all so y'all can see it. Here's the text exchange between the two. So he says, "You're right. I hate small talk. Let me know when you're in Atlanta." Can't see this message because he got the caption over it. Essentially, she says, "I'll let you know when I'm in Atlanta." Uh, it says, "Okay, I booked it. My cousin got me scared. LOL." She's screaming. You don't even know that man. Your cousin has some sense. Then he responds, "What you think I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna do something to you or something?" She said, "LOL, yeah." She telling me stories of people going to see people, and one girl, a guy cut her body into pieces, all this crazy type stuff. So you could see that she was already pressed and thirsty. Um, she claims she deals with big money guys, rappers, but yet, she's booking flights and hotels on her own expense. So let's get into part two.
I ain't gonna lie, like you really done fucked up. Let me get in the hang of this shit for real. Cause now I got it figured out, so I can go ahead and do these little. You get what I'm saying? So look, right now we just gonna piggyback off of the whole. She said some shit like what it is. Oh yeah, he got mad with me because I was out of town and texting my kids and all that. Like whatever the fuck that's supposed to be about. Anywho, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing at all. You get what I'm saying? Fast forward to these messages, you get what I'm saying? Now look, now check this out. She say like, I supposed to pay for a hotel or we argued about a hotel or some shit about like some shit with some money, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what really pissed me off. Like that's what made me even get into this whole you did anyway, you feel me? Now, that's my whole thing. Now I done made it clear that I was getting my daughter Friday. You know what I'm saying? I let her know at 4 p.m. on Friday, like, okay, well, I'm getting my daughter and I'm gonna have her for the weekend, or the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Now, your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock, whatever the case may be. Your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock at night. Now, by your flight don't leave at 11 o'clock tonight, meaning like, okay, Will, I ain't really trying to be mean to you, but like, I'm gonna give you all the signs, what for this. All right, Will, I just told you my daughter coming. I done already let you know, like, beforehand, I'm not bringing nobody around my daughter. Like, it ain't none of that type of shit going on, especially no stranger. Like, it ain't none of that going on. I got too much respect for myself, you know what I'm saying, my daughter mama, and my daughter alone. People be
So, I mean, if this is truly how he felt, he had to pick up his daughter at the last minute. I mean, why not just let her know that from the jump and say, look, I got my daughter coming unexpectedly this weekend. We're going to have to link at another time. Why be indirect? Don't make sense to me.
having weird intentions and shit towards kids, whatever. Now, so if I'm letting you know this already on some, like, you feel me? It ain't none of that going on. Then off rip, you, like, you feel me? You should have either Not even got your ass on the flight for one, because your flight didn't leave until 11 o'clock later on that night. I told you at 4 o'clock. You try to tell me like, oh yeah, I already checked in my flight. Checking in your flight don't mean nothing at all. You know why? Because you still can cancel or like whatever. It don't matter. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact you can cancel your flight, reservation, whatever, get a refund, whatever. So I let her know, like, you feel me? It's a possible chance that I can get a, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility that I can get a babysitter. But like, that one never 100%, you feel me? Like, regardless of me getting a babysitter or not, right? I never, ever was staying at no hotel for one. Like, you a stranger, you get what I'm saying? I was not doing no shit like that. You a stranger, I don't even know you for real. And you too thirsty, like, you throwing me off for real. You too thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Now, cool. Now, in the mix of all that, right? Okay, she get her. Now, she get her. She knew on the plane, like, oh yeah, she had to get her a room and shit like that, whatever the case may be. Because of the simple fact, I get to ask her shit like, okay, well, what you finna do as far as in like, hotel-wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna help you look for a hotel, like GT, you know what I'm saying? But like, you should be already under the impression, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you not to come for real, because of some fact, I'll let you know I got my daughter. If a nigga telling you like, okay, well, he got his daughter, and you can't, he not bringing you around his daughter, my daughter, this, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be here with me. So she gonna be here with me, then that means you can't be here at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that going on. Cool, long story short, whatever the case may be, she ended up paying for her own flight. You feel me? She ended up paying for her own hotel or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She's mad or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, look, right now, she never not once said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the hotel, but when I land, give me the money. What? The first thing I told her was, find something that you can afford. You feel me? Like, find something you can afford, whatever in your budget. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this shit ain't about no $300 or no hotel or nothing like that.
I can already tell you by the way this dude is talking, he definitely not living like he not really getting no money. He ain't really getting no money. I could tell that the language, the conversation, this ain't somebody that's playing with some money. Again, like I say, don't be misled by the chains. A lot of niggas out here is wearing moissanite diamonds, designer be fake. But for him to have this much conversation and back and forth with her over a couple $100, dudes that got money ain't pressed like that. Even off the strength, even if you wasn't gonna sleep with her, y'all wasn't gonna do nothing. Look, baby, just take this money and go ahead. Just take this little couple hundred and go ahead and keep moving about your day. He ain't really got it like that.
Never argued about no hotel because I made it clear, like clear as day. Like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping in no hotel. Why in the fuck would I sleep in a hotel? I mean, I got a house. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just worried about your well-being. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's already them at 1 o'clock in the morning when you land. You gotta have somewhere to sleep at. I don't want you to sleep in the airport or no shit like that. You feel me? Cool. Now, she get all that shit done or whatever the case may be. She act like she got an attitude out of this world. She really was on some like selfish shit, like on some like, she thought I was gonna put her before my daughter type shit. Like, oh yeah, well, we had plans and what the fuck ever. Like, I don't give a fuck who you is. Don't nobody come before my daughter. You feel me? Now, mind you, like, okay, so that was that whole Friday. Now look, I still text her on Saturday just to make sure like she was good, she was safe. Because at the end of the day, you're not from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You're not from Atlanta at all. I'm not from Atlanta at all. But like, it was just cold that night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, are you okay? You know, on some like checking up on her type shit. You feel me? See, oh yeah, I have found a room. You know, nothing like everything was regular for real, for real. Now, the shit really went left for real that Saturday when it came to the point what it is. She got to text me all like extra thirsty ass shit. Like, you got breath mints and like numbing spray. You know what I'm saying? That shit new to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brush that off. And then you got to ask.
Oh, she was ready to be on demon time. Let me know in the comments below. Was this business or was this Backshots? It's looking like this was, if you ask me, this was definitely Backshots over business. But let me know what you think in the comments below.
Me shit like, oh yeah, have I ever gave my ass ate, my behind ate? I don't know if TikTok gonna like blur it out or some shit because of that. Hold on, what the fuck? This lady throwing me off now. You know what I mean? You throwing me off. You throwing me all the way off. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, Nah, hell no. Mm-mm. She won't be seeing me at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna link up with you. I'm not finna have sex with you. It ain't none of that going on. Like, I'm cool on it. I'm straight on it. Now, mind y'all, it would never ever be a storyline. It wouldn't be a story time. It wouldn't be none of that. You know why? If I pulled up to see her at that hotel, had I had sex with her, any of that shit, you know what I'm saying? If any of that shit would have went her way as far as in like sexual intercourse, she would have never made a story time. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like she was scamming me on some like, hold on, what the fuck? Don't be saying no shit like that to be like, you scam me for real on some shit. Like, like, hold on. You been a little bit too thirsty, you feel me? Now, my whole thing is on top of you being a little bit too thirsty, right? I mean, on top of her being a little too thirsty, right? I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever. You feel me? Like, now mind y'all, rewind. We was texting this shit for like probably like a week and a half. I want to say we probably was texting for like a week and a half for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I ain't never been on the phone at all. I ain't never been on the phone at all. Like, never been on the phone. No, we get on FaceTime for the first time. You feel me? It was like a 3-minute call or some shit like that. But when I first get on the phone, I got my face in the camera. She got her face in the camera. But she got on like these clear glasses. Now, when I say stop playing, put your face in the camera, I don't know if that like rubbed her the wrong way, but I'm just in my head like this not the same person that I was just looking at on Instagram. You feel me?
I told you in the beginning of the clip, that's when things changed. When he FaceTimed that girl and she ain't look like them pictures, he already knew there he had no intention of really linking up with this girl. My thing is this, he should have just kept it 100 with her and be like, look, baby, you don't look like your pictures. I'm not really interested. And just left it at that. He could have just been more direct and just kept it real and 100 with her. To have her all this trying to use your daughter as an excuse. Yeah, you might have had to get your daughter or whatever at the last minute, but you could have told her like, look, don't even come, man. I don't want you to waste your time. Let me know how much the flight was. I'm gonna reimburse you for it. I'm just not interested no more, and kept it like that. But he kind of led her on and tried to make it seem like, yeah, you could still come, and I'm gonna try to make some time for you. When he really never wanted to see this girl from the beginning. And then when she started talking about she was gonna eat the booty and all that, that already had him scared out this world. This all could have been avoided. Number one, she was definitely thirst. She definitely thirsted because she thought she was coming up. She was attracted to this man, thought he had a bag. She thought she was winning. But ultimately, again, like you said, you had two people that was really cosplaying, playing one another, and this is when you have situations like this. Again, no way a mother of two children should be meeting random men off of the internet, and then 2 weeks later flying out on her own dime, taking money out of her children's pockets. Again, like I said, when I saw that first clip
Story
right
time
here,
on when I flew.
this is giving Nissan Altima. This is giving Nissan Sentra. So baby, I already got cloth seats. So she ain't really living like that. So you to take a couple $100s on a flight, then a couple $100s on a hotel to go out and see a nigga being thirst, thinking you gonna come up, it backfired. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Was this business or was this about backshots? I think it was about backshots. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.